This is a job for the Supermen? What's up, Universe, and welcome back to the web's first must-see comic and nerd culture show. Welcome to Comic Universe, guys. I'm your host, as always, C-Dubs, and I'm riding solo on this video. And guys, I got to see a special event last night, a Fandango special event, that aired both the death of Superman and the reign of the Superman. And I must say, my experience was definitely enhanced with the death of the Superman. I did watch it last year. I did enjoy it, but it was all that much better in the cinema this time around. And I gotta say, I'm pretty sure my experience with Reign of the Superman was enhanced as well. So if you get the chance to see it in the theaters, go do it. Do not miss out. Trust me on that. On the flip side, this is a review of that movie. So guys, if you're not familiar with the Reign of the Superman, it is an event that happened after the death of Superman. Four mysterious men show up in Metropolis claiming to be Superman in some way, shape, or form, all having their own approach to being a hero. Some more ruthless, some more spectacular, some more kind, and some more deceptive, if you will. These four men, obviously, as we all know over the years, go by Superboy, at the time trying to be known as Superman or the Metropolis Kid. We had Hank Henshaw, who was Cyborg Superman. We had the Eradicator Superman. And we had, of course, John Henry Irons, Steel. And these four men are portrayed very well within the film. The thing that is the most amazing about this movie, in my opinion, and the most surprising, is that it takes place inside the animated version of the DC New 52 era, if you will. So it was quite interesting and shocking, especially since I read the original run of The Reign of the Superman, just to see it within the New 52 era with the changes in the costumes and relationships and just the whole nine, and it was quite interesting. I gotta give it that. The second most amazing thing about this movie is the star-studded voice cast. I'm just going to run through some of the names here, guys, and it's, trust me, it's just top-notch all the way around. We have Ryan Wilson as Lex Luthor. We have Jerry O'Connor as Superman. Rebecca Romijn, no longer Stamos, as Lois Lane. We have Jason Omar, who did a pretty good job as Batman. Rounding up the Trinity, you have Rosario Dawson. Absolutely love her. She is definitely one of the greatest nerds out there. Wonder Woman. We have Cameron Morgan, as you all know, from Gotham. He played Jerome. Probably the best thing about Gotham, that period. Okay, he played Superboy, and he played him great, if you will. We have Cress Williams as Steel. Again, it's just the fact that they're giving more opportunity to the gentleman who is playing the role as Black Lightning on the CW show. He is voice acting Steel here. He voice acts Black Lightning in Young Justice. And, of course, he's on the CW. More power to you, DC. Thank you so much for doing that. This guy is awesome. I want to see him in more things. We have Patrick Fabian as Hank Henshaw. The funny thing, when I looked up exactly who he was, he kind of looked like Hank Henshaw in the animated movie. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but I thought it was kind of interesting. We have Charles Halford as the Eradicator. Did a really good, very cold, methodic voice. Loved it. Now on to the rest of the Justice League, if you will, and the main bad, well, one of the main bad guys of the film. Nathan Fillion is Green Lantern. The dude could do no wrong. Nathan Fillion is a star in the nerd community. And I can't wait to see, like, the Blackest Night event in animated version with Nathan Fillion as the voice, as Hal Jordan. Please make that happen, DC. We have Christopher Gorham as Flash. We have Shamar Moore. The ladies love him. He plays Cyborg. A gentleman who I'm not quite familiar with, and I may chop his name up. It's Nimby. He played Martian Manhunter. Very small role, if you will. And then this one here, guys, in my opinion, is the weakest link in the voice cast, and it's only because I'm so used to what this character sounds like in other medium, if you will, especially like in the old animated DC animated universe. That was very odd to me, and this speaks volumes because this guy's portrayal of this character was still one of the best parts of this movie, even though, in my opinion, it was the weakest link out of all of the voice cast, and that's Candyman himself, Tony Todd, as Darkseid. I kept seeing Candyman as he talked, but he did a great job. I don't want to spoil on anything. I absolutely love Tony Todd. It just, in my opinion, he's just so iconic with the whole "I'm Candyman," or "Be my victim." Just it reigns in my head, and every once in a while, just in life, joking around with my wife, sometimes I'll ask her to be my victim. That movie has stuck with me my whole life since seeing it, so I constantly hear Tony Todd's voice in my head. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but again, it stood out to me. But again, he did do a great job. So as you can see, the star-studded cast just knocking it out of the park. And of course, what was really, really interesting about this, to be honest with you guys, just seeing the art visuals mixed with from the New 52 era into what I remembered from the comic book, and it was really interesting, I gotta say. Now, I know some of you traditionalists out there are going, Darkseid and Reign of the Superman, and where is Mongol? And that's where the twist really does happen. Mongol does not have an effect in this storyline. He's not in this movie at all. We kind of have a sub-backplot, if you will, of Darkseid trying to invade Earth. Again, for whatever reason. Just, I guess, seeking revenge. But he had both of his eyes again. He didn't get stabbed out. So I don't know if Justice League Wars affected. Again, I don't know. But it's whatever. But he was the side subplot, if you will, to the movie, and I think that might again be the weakest link to the movie. I really didn't care about him invading, and it's a shame when Darkseid is in a movie. I think he should be considered front and center. He should not be playing back to anybody, if you will. Like, he doesn't ride the coattails of anybody. But Hank Henshaw, Cyborg Superman, is the main antagonist of this movie. He is just cold, methodic, wants to kill Superman, as we all know. And I don't want to spoil any as to why or how, but we do get to see a lot of his backstory as to where and how he became Cyborg Superman within this continuity. And I gotta say, to some degree it made a little sense, and to some degree it just seemed a little convenient. But it was okay. The ending of the film, the third act, where you would assume it to really step up, there seemed to be a lot of dialogue and a lot of time wasting. So that kind of dropped it just a couple of notches for me. I was kind of, and again, watching the first movie and this movie, by the end of the night, I was kind of dragging, to be honest with you. So it was really good to finally see this and not, completely just want to just walk out of the theater halfway through it. And I actually stayed all the way through the end of the credits because there is a end credit scene which we'll talk about here in a minute. I will spoil that end credit scene because it makes me question where we're going into the future. So again, there was just a lot of dialogue heavy. When we all should know, and this is a small spoiler if you don't know already, Superman does come back. And in his fight with Cyborg Superman before he is powered up, there's just he's just pounding away on him. And if Superman is just Superman, he doesn't have his abilities at this point in time in the film. He hasn't fully recovered from his regeneration. And I'm just like, dude, this dude would be dead. Why is he not dead already? And he's just taking an ass whooping. And it was just really, you're just like, okay, it's just wasting time and building the drama for him to finally get his powers back. And of course, the second a light beam hits him from the sun, he's fully restored and fully powered when I think, at least in more times than not, he's more portrayed as more so of a battery, and a battery takes a little bit of time to replenish. You don't just go from 0 to fully full in a split second, but that's just the way I like to interpret Superman. But here in the film, he does click right back. I gotta say, there is a merit to this movie that many times, especially in DC Comics, and it's really because Superman is such a big character, and he's such a front and center character, and such a big part of the Justice League, that sometimes when some of these other heroes and these other events affect other people in comic books, or in any medium in the DC universe, I'm always like, and where the hell is Superman at this time? Why is he not there helping this situation? Come on. The dude apparently can hear everything all around the world. Why is he not here? Why is he not helping? And I gotta say, sometimes I find myself doing the same things. Where the hell's the Justice League during? You're reading a Flash story or Teen Titans story or whatever main centric character in this event and this bad thing, the city blows up, whatever, a Green Arrow story, and then it's like, where the hell's the Justice League during this time? There's a giant explosion in a major metropolis city. There's things attacking the city. Where is everybody? I gotta say, this movie does a good job at telling us and putting the Justice League in a position to where they cannot help the situation, and I gotta applaud them on that. That did a really good job for me. In the 6-month time span that they kind of jump around, or that they tell us has kind of passed since the death of Superman, one thing I do wish that this movie would have done was basically give us something maybe of a montage, because they say that the Justice League has been stretched really, really thin since Superman dying, and it kind of goes to show you how much of the workload that man actually holds. And it would have been kind of cool just to get a little bit of a montage of seeing how much they're struggling without Superman's co-leadership and power and ability. And him just being the heart and soul of that team and the beacon that he is. It would have been kind of cool to see the actual Justice League kind of struggle without him. But we're actually getting ready to launch the Watchtower at this point in time. So it's like, how are you building this thing, getting ready to launch it? Everything seems to be great, and then all of a sudden, you're stretched thin. I just wish they would have showed us maybe just something. That's probably the biggest downfall, I think, to the whole film, but it's like this big of a part of the movie, and it's not even relevant, to be honest with you. So, guys, at the end, as you always know, we like to give you the good and the bad and the badass. The bad was just that little part, but the badass, again, guys, was the absolute star-studded cast, I gotta say. The animation was good most of the time. There was a few times I noticed some things when it was, many characters on film, on the screen at the same time. There just was a little less attention to detail, just maybe because there was so much more detail needed. Maybe that might have been it. But overall, I gotta say, I really enjoyed it, and you need to go see this movie in the theater if you can. Check your local listings. It is a special event. I only know, to my understanding, here in Orlando, it was only a 2-day special event, so I know here in Orlando you wouldn't be able to do it any longer. Now, there are other means to go and see this movie before it comes out. That's on you. But, again, this movie, I think, comes out next Thursday on the streaming app, if I'm not mistaken, and you can get it this Tuesday, I believe, in DVD, Blu-ray, all that jazz. I'm not 100% sure on the dates on that, guys. I would Google it, check it out, check your local listings if it's in theaters. But if you can't see it in theaters, check it out, definitely. It is fantastic, even if you don't want to sit through The Reign of Superman, because I can see you being a little swayed on this film if you have to sit through that movie all over again. But guys, check it out. Let us know, have you seen it? Did you like it? Are you excited about it? Who is your favorite out of the 4 Supermen? I know we've kind of asked that question already a couple videos back. But let us know in the comments below, guys. Please, guys, I want to thank you. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for helping us get to where we are. We are almost where we need to be monetized. We just need to be a little more. We need to push just a little more. We need a few more subscribers, guys. Help us out. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this, guys. Hit that like button. Like, literally, Superman, smash that like button. Give it a big thumbs up for us. If you guys have not subscribed already, we do all kinds of videos. If this is the first time you've come on board, me and the rest of my team, guys, we do everything from fan fiction to reviews. We cover everything nerd and pop culture. If you're a fan of it, we're a fan of it, and we'll cover it for you guys. Just let us know in the comments below, guys. If you did not like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs down. But let us know in the comments below, how could I have done this better for you guys? What can we do to make this a better platform for you guys to enjoy? Let us know in the comments below, guys. And again, I'm C-Dubs, and I'll see you in the universe. Peace.